Hello, welcome to the How Do I Lab. I'm here with Bob, our expert tradesman, and we'll be installing wood parquet tiles. In our lab, we'll take a look at the first 3 steps of our How Do I system. We'll go over safety, we'll move on to our tools that we need, and we'll talk about our product a little bit. So, let's talk about safety first. I know we have a saw here, and we need to be careful.
Because we are using a power tool, we want to have eye protection.
Okay.
Absolutely essential. And along with that, again, because we're using a power saw, an extension cord is always a good idea, even if you think that your cord on your tool is long enough.
Okay.
This assures the fact that you have enough length. Welded area, unobstructed, and because we're laying down tiles, we want to make sure the floor is relatively smooth. In the case of our wooden tiles, it doesn't have to be perfect, but next to perfect is a good idea.
Okay, good. And let's move on to our tools here. This is our saw, obviously.
Okay, right. We have our cord, our power saw. Pair of knee pads.
Okay.
Great for your knees. It will save you a lot of wear and tear. A rubber mallet. Hammer. Utility knife. A V-notched trowel. Pencil. Tape. Chalk line. This one is blue. Any color will do. And a carpenter's square. And that should do it. That's it for tools.
All right, tools are covered. Let's talk about our product a little bit. We picked out these. These are 6-inch tiles, correct?
No,
Okay.
this is a typical size, 6-inch square. They'll come in a package that makes it look like they're actually 12 inches, but they're in fact 4 6-inch squares.
Okay.
And they generally come in a 3/8 or 1/4 inch thickness. They are interlocking, so they'll have a tongue and a groove. 2 tongues, 2 grooves. Our adhesives, once again, we need to simply follow the manufacturer's instructions in terms of what type of adhesive product is necessary. Usually each product will have their own adhesive that they might recommend to use, and I probably would want to do that if at all possible.
All right.
In terms of the amount of adhesive necessary, you have to again follow the manufacturer's instructions in terms of how much you're going to need per square foot, or also depending on the thickness of your notch trowel. And that also will be on the back of your adhesive
I'll tell you what kind of
container.
trowel to use.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, good. Well, we've got our tiles, we have our tools, got everything we need. It's time to head down to the job site. We'll see you there.
Okay.
Hi, welcome to our job site. We're going to be installing these wood parquet tiles here in this area right here. And we've prepped our area by making sure that it's nice and clean and we have a level surface to work on. Our tools are nearby, we're well lit, and I think we're ready to get started. I wanted to ask you, we're working on concrete here. I know this is sealed concrete. What should people consider when choosing the area to go ahead and put these tiles down?
Well, concrete is an interesting subfloor, and there are a number of considerations. One of which that if it is new concrete, you need to wait a full 60 days to let it cure before you would ever attempt to lay a floor like this on the top of that surface.
Okay.
The other thing to take into consideration is where the concrete is. If it's on your basement, I would not recommend using this type of flooring because surface moisture has a tendency to work its way up through the concrete and therefore adversely affect our flooring.
Tiles here, yeah. So we're good to go in this area though.
Yes, we are.
And show us where to start.
Okay, well, we're kind of having a unique situation here in that ordinarily I don't like to start at corners. You would want to start more towards the center of your room. But here we have a situation where it works out so that we have, our tiles are 6-inch squares.
Okay.
So we have a little more than 18 inches from the edge of our cabinet to our wall, which works out perfectly for us because we want to leave an expansion area at the end of our wall.
Okay.
Okay, so we have exactly 3 tiles with a little more than a 1/4 inch expansion
gap at our wall. And so we're going to work with that and then work our full piece from here to the left also.
Okay. All right. Do we
So-
have everything we need down here?
Yes, we do. So the first thing we need to do is, of course, we've already done our planning, and I've went ahead and made our first line here with my carpenter's square, so that I know that this is a little more than 6 inches, again allowing for an expansion gap on this side, and a little more than 6 inches here to allow for an expansion gap here. And I already explained about our expansion area. Our first piece is going to be here.
Okay.
Next thing we want to do is to pull our chalk line across the lines that we've made with a pencil.
So just go right on top of this
Right
line
on
here?
top. There we go. You're ready, and I'm going to pull it a little tight.
Okay.
You want to give it a little tug? Snap it down.
Straight down?
Straight down. Do it again. There we go. Okay, so we have our first line. This time I'm going to roll it up, pull it out again, and we're going to do the same for our other line.
All right, so we're going to put down the first tile?
Well, yes we are, but
Okay.
of course before we do that we need to lay down some adhesive.
All right.
It can be a little sloppy here to begin with.
So once this goes down, how long do you have before you complete that area, before that
Well,
dries too much?
You actually want to let it set until it's tacky
Okay.
before you lay down your first tile. Now, we're ready for our first piece. Because this is parquet, we're going to lay each one perpendicular to the next.
Got it.
We have our grooves. And fit them in there. Okay, if we have some spaces that we're having a little difficulty getting our tile into, I like to use a partial tile as a tapping block. Okay, now after we've gotten our floor all laid down, we take out our spacers.
Okay.
And we'll want to finish it off with baseboard molding and or a quarter round such as this.
Nice.
Okay. We also want to affix the quarter round to our side surfaces, not to our floor, to allow for the expansion of the wood.
And how do we affix that? With
Okay.
our adhesive or with some
No,
nails?
we were going to do that with a nail.
Okay.
And you know, it depends what you have. If it's a wooden piece of molding, you can simply nail the piece in, or if it's a little harder surface like a laminated quarter round or a plastic quarter round, you might want to drill a pilot hole first before you nail it in.
Okay. And these are we finished here once we do that, or?
Well, yes, we are. I mean,
Okay.
you make sure that there's no glue protruding through the edges, or sometimes it'll work its way up through the individual parquet pieces.
All right.
Make sure that there's no glue left.
How do we clean that up and maintain these?
Damp cloth for the glue as long as it's not dry. If the glue has set up a little bit, you might gently rub a paint thinner on it, but making
Okay.
sure that you wipe that up really completely after you're finished. And in terms of maintenance, a wood cleaner
Wood cleaner.
will do the job.
And how long do these have to sit before they're pretty much set in there?
Well, I would probably wait a day before I want to have any heavy traffic on the
Okay.
floor. 12 hours is probably good enough.
Okay. And these obviously can be easily replaced and all that in the future, so these are a good way to go for some areas in the
Yes,
house.
it is. Quick, easy, and looks good.
Yeah, great. That's how you install wood parquet tiles.